to the 5. So staying on 2012 news, let's get into Rick Perry, for Bob's sake, and his support for states' rights. Yes. Bob, you said you have a lot to say about
yes,
Rick
I do have a number of things to say. First of all, somebody tweeted in here, or tweeted, whatever you call it, that Greg and I were having a problem with each other today. That's absolutely wrong. I love Greg. Nobody loves Greg. He's just wrong today, but I love him.
He's playing
listen,
Eric today, right?
Perry has made a big deal out of states' rights. That's the main part of his campaign. Now, let me just make a few points about
I thought job growth was the main
that are
part
a little inconsistent with that statement. He said that gay marriage ought to be a state's issue. Then all of a sudden, he says it ought to be a national issue, a national gay. He said he didn't like the stimulus bill, but he took $17 billion to balance his budget. He is against Obamacare, and yet he takes $1 million to get it started in the state. He doesn't like federal disaster relief, but he begged Obama for federal disaster relief when they had the fires down there. He had $245 billion went to farmers support programs down there, of which 83,000 went to Perry's own farm, his cotton ranch.
38,000, I thought.
83,000. And the last big thing is he was against Bush's No Child Left Behind bill, and yet he took $2.3 billion to implement it. So, Perry, please, man, you get it. You stick with where you believe or what you don't believe, but don't go all over the lot because you're a wuss.
Well, I agree with you on the whole state right things with the gay issue, but I gotta say, doesn't his state put more, deliver more in taxes than it takes in? So basically, it's his money. It's like if the federal government is offering me money, it's not like it's their money. It's my money,
no,
so I will take it.
His money.
Well, no, his state is a donor state. It's giving more money into the government than it is taking in.
If you don't think you should take federal money, then don't take it.
But if you're giving the money out, and it's coming back to it.
Well,
say it.
Michelle Bachmann took stimulus money too. But Bob, I want to point out there was a report today saying how crazy Rick Perry makes liberals, and I think you're evidence of that.
Oh my
I think his strategy is smart for two reasons. He seems to use the 10th Amendment as an escape hatch a lot. He did this with the Ground Zero Mosque. I think that needs to be left to the states. I think it's a smart strategy. I also think it's a smart strategy that he seems to be driving this primary campaign. I mean, while Mitt Romney just stands there and doesn't do anything, well, Rick Perry is feeding the media. He's feeding the beast. He's giving them things to talk about.
Yeah,
instead of investigating all the things that Bob just rattled off.
Yeah, so what a difference 14 days can make, right? Because that's about as long as he's been officially in the race. And Bob, I want to disagree on one thing, that I don't think that he's made his main platform states' rights. It's been job creation. That's what all the candidates are going to say, including President Obama. And there's one candidate who has just the worst timing. If there's anybody who needed to catch a break, it's Jon Huntsman.
Who?
Today, Governor Huntsman was announcing his economic plan, and it just happens to be on the day when everybody is talking about President Obama's economic plan and the tit-for-tat on the speech.
It's bad timing. The guy can't when to get ahead. Oh, you know what I thought was interesting? Al Sharpton saying that Perry, his entry in the race is a signal. It's a wake-up call. He said he's looking to go to the OK Corral and start shooting. Rather than the left get caught sleeping, we better load up, because he's bringing it. I mean, that's the left worried about this.
They're worried about him. But so on Huntsman, I just think it's worth talking about that just for 1 second, because Andrea, earlier today I read that from a conservative blogger, journalist type, that it actually is some of the most pro-growth, pro-market reforms that he's heard about from any of the candidates so far.
Yeah. I actually like the Huntsman plan. I mean, he brings tax rates to 3%, 14%, and 23%, gets rid of the AMT, cuts the corporate tax. But I do want to know what he's going to do on spending, because if you look at his record in Utah, he did cut tax rates, but he didn't decrease the spending.
Well, could we take a moment and look at this ad that he ran, because it does talk about his record in Utah.
This is more than anybody's heard from Huntsman in the last
Well, good. Let's give him a...
President Obama has had 2.5 years to get it right on the most important issue we face, expanding the economy and creating jobs. He's fundamentally failed us.
And it didn't take long for us to become the most competitive state in America. The state named the hottest economy, the state that was named best state for business. And you're reminded through it all that your responsibility is to create an environment that speaks to job creation.
So I think a pretty good ad, except Bob, where did they get that piano music?
Well, I don't think it's that good an ad for a guy that is that far behind. Look, has anybody heard from Newt Gingrich, or Rick Santorum, or
Rick Santorum came out after Perry yesterday. He was having a little...
Yeah, I mean, it's made a whole lot of news, hasn't he? We just gave Huntsman more time than he's ever had on television last month.
Well, tomorrow we can talk about Santorum for you.
You know, here's the thing. That ad said for 2012. It should say 2016, because this guy's really...
Nice.
I'm just being...
That's true.
He's not going to be able to get the nomination, sorry, with some of the comments that he's made, it seems like, check his jersey. Is he playing for the other team? So in terms of being able to get the nomination, ain't happening.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't make me want to vote for president. It makes me want to move to Utah.
Hey,
Is that what it is?
Kimberly, I don't even
for
think,
many reasons.
I don't even think 2016 is enough time for this guy.
Maybe how about 20?
Bob loves that, Bob. You think that he's running?
Do you think he should give Perry should give back his $83,000 for his farm, his cotton farm, that he took from the feds?
He doesn't need the money.
He doesn't need the
All
money.
right, we're going to let those two figure that out. Coming up,
Also
a fight
because bundlers are
erupting
cheap.
at an amusement park after Muslim women were told they couldn't go on some rides because of what they were wearing. Was this discrimination or safety regulations? The five of us will debate that coming up next.
Single thing that makes up my wildest dreams. Sometimes I still can't quite believe